All right, welcome everyone to episode 17 of Aravaipa Trail Talk. I'm Jam.
I'm Jubes.
Welcome to the show. All right, this week we were a little rushed for time because I just got back from Hong Kong and we're going right into a race this weekend that has a 100-miler and all kinds of other distances.
52-miler, 50K, 20-miler, 20K, 4-miler.
Something for everyone.
Oh my gosh. Happy days.
So that's the Coldwater Rumble, and it's taking place out at Estrella Mountain Regional Park. Yep. That is just on the edge of Phoenix. It's a beautiful, beautiful park.
So pretty.
And it's below the Estrella Mountain Range, which I'm obsessed with. It's so ridiculously rugged. There's actually an underground traverse called the Estrella Traverse, and one book calls it the most rugged mountain traverse in all of Arizona, and it's right outside of Phoenix.
Have you done that before?
May have attempted it.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't talk a lot about it, but basically it's like I estimated it's about 30 miles, completely off trail. You get up to 4,500 feet. There's bighorn sheep up there. But the one time that I was out there, I made it about 8 miles in 6 hours. And then I had to bail because there's no way I was going to finish before dark. And I was running out of water. So one for the bucket list for sure. So Coldwater's coming up this weekend. Yeah. For those of you who are running, we're very excited to have you join us. And we have a trail briefing that we posted. It's also on our YouTube channel, so check that out. It's got kind of a basic overview of what to expect this weekend.
Yeah.
What can they expect this weekend, Jubes?
I mean, so much exciting trail things. But this is, it's one of the sister races to Javelina 100. So it's great distances. It's a looped course and it's washing machines, so they go round and round and back around.
That's a lot of fun because I actually ran the 52K last year, and it was super fun to see everyone coming back at you, the race leaders like cheering them on, and then just seeing everyone like mid pack too. I mean, I was kind of mid pack, but
it's one of those races you get to see the race leaders really kind of be the best, and you get to see.
And then everyone in the other races too. So the 100-milers and the 50-milers, they're all coming past you, and everyone's like really encouraging. The remote aid station last year had this crew from Flagstaff, and they were all dressed up in like Hawaiian gear.
Awesome.
It was pretty ridiculous. So hopefully they're back again this year. Can only hope. Yeah. And we're going to have Freak Brothers Pizza is going to be out there. Wood-fired pizzas on Saturday.
Yep. And Huss Brewing is going to, again, sponsor our charity beer garden that supports the Southwest Wildlife Conservation Center. They do amazing things for the desert wildlife out here. And so, amazing thank yous to Huss Brewing for providing our beers. So we've got beers and pizza out at Coldwater Rumble at the headquarters.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think we want to talk about two topics today. One is generally the Ultra Trail World Tour, and then also the Hong Kong 100K.
Which you just did.
Yeah. And I think I asked you to come up with some questions. I don't know if you did, but maybe you can make them up on the spot.
I think I'm going to have to make them up on the spot. It's been one of those weeks. It's going to be exciting.
So, no, I'd love to give a little bit of a recap, like how my race went, because it wasn't the greatest of races, and that's always a hard thing.
Yeah.
But I want to start maybe with an overview, because this was the first race in the 2017 Ultra Trail World Tour. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a collection of races around the world. It's basically an attempt to kind of a bucket list of races, like combine them, collect them together, and there's kind of a certain standard that they have. It's not necessarily a written standard, but the race directors and the races that they recruit for the tour are of a certain caliber. They're well organized, they're well attended, and they have international fields and usually competitive fields. And then the secondary goal, so it kind of, they want to encourage people to attend these races. Like anyone can obviously attend if they can get in. Some are lotteries and harder to get into, but for the most part, like I know that I'm planning to do a couple of them this year.
What are some of the featured like places that you can go within
Oh,
the
so
tour?
some of the ones. So like UTMB is kind of the biggest and most well known of them, and that's kind of the one that
Yeah.
they focus on. Western States and Javelina 100 are both the North American races
Very cool.
for 2017, and there's a mix of stuff. So like Javelina isn't like a lot of the European mountain races. It's a different format.
Yeah.
It's more of a party run, but it's cool to have that in there. And we've been telling the Europeans about it, and they're like, loops. They don't understand loops, but then like Hong Kong 100K is in it, and I go over there and it's Ultra Trail World Tour, and literally 60 or 70% of their course is on like a hard surface, like asphalt or concrete, stairs or boulders, and it's like, is that really a trail? Well,
Yeah.
to them it is a trail. It's a path. Trail is like interchangeable, so it's cool to see the different cultural dynamics. Whereas like Javelina 100 is pretty much 100% single track.
Yep.
And even though it's a loop course, it's all trail.
Yeah.
What we consider trail here in America.
Yeah.
So there was like a debate a couple years back, I remember, on what constitutes trail, and they said if it's a looped course, it's not a trail run.
But it can be a looped course and a trail run,
Ooh.
as we've proved. Maybe. Yes.
We have proved it.
We have proved it.
And there's also a point system for like the top runners, so they can earn points at the different races, and they're competing to be considered the world's best. And again, it's an attempt to try and showcase the best runners in the world and to have them compete against each other and see how they rank. So, and it's not a perfect system, just like Ultra Runner of the Year voting is not a perfect system, which we could get into that on a separate
And it's
separate
all like
show. But
100K, 100 miles, big distance within these
yeah, they're
races,
all
correct?
100K or more, and a lot of them are 100 milers. The Marathon des Sables is also in it, and that's a stage race. So
Yeah.
they've got kind of a big mix of things.
Very cool.
So it's exciting to be a part of it and to have one of the races be under our umbrella and be here in Arizona. It's pretty cool, and we'll hopefully see more international attendance this next year. I was showing Nuria Pikas. She won Hong Kong 100K, and she's won the Ultra Trail World Tour before, and she's like one of the top women in the world at their sport. And I was showing her a video of Jackass Junction aid station, like people partying and like dancing with a blow up doll, and she was just like dying. Yes. And I think we might have sold her on it.
Very
so
cool.
I think that's like, just show people the party.
Yeah.
It's like they're gonna want to come.
Yeah. I mean, run hard, hard, hard all through the entire series, and then come to Javelina for special treats.
So
Hong Kong 100K
Yes.
started off the Ultra World Trail Series, and you participated in this one. You were in the 100K.
Yep.
So right off the bat, what's your impression of the race?
My race or just the race in general?
The race in general, like.
I mean, the race in general was awesome. I mean, there's close to 2,000 people participating, and Hong Kong is an insane city. I mean, there's, I think, more skyscrapers there than anywhere in the world in any city, and it's nuts. And so the race doesn't start right in the city. It kind of starts off into the mountains, because they also have mountains right next to the city, and I think that's the most unique thing about Hong Kong. So a lot of people talked about. I mean, it's pretty stark to have a big, huge, bustling metropolitan city and then
butted up against
huge, steep mountains. And they don't get super high. It goes from about sea level up to 3,000 feet.
Okay.
We actually did go up and over the highest peak in Hong Kong during the last climb of the race, of course.
Very cool.
But we're starting out on running through beaches, on trails, through like little villages back there, and there's a lot of people out there. People just backpacking and hiking along the paths and trails. It was cool to see that.
Very cool. Okay, so then there's 2,000 people, and then you mentioned stairs, I think, frequently. That was one of the biggest things. I mean, they said something about stairs, but then you didn't realize how many?
Yeah, they said, there's a lot of stairs out there. And so
But
I thought maybe, I don't know, I did Quad Dipsy, and they talk about the stairs, and there were some stairs. There was a couple staircases, and then there's random ones. I didn't expect what I witnessed out there, because they'll take something that here in the U.S. that we would just consider like a trail, and they would literally just, every time there's a hill, they would put steps, like concrete steps in, constant concrete steps all the way up, all the way down. And I guess it's a government initiative. Like they want to encourage people to go outside and get out into the mountains.
So they make it easier
But
to step.
I guess in their mind, it makes it more inviting if it's like concrete.
Little stairs.
So, you know, if it works, I guess that's cool. But it was nice when there was a few stretches of dirt intermixed.
So there's a lot of climbing. So tell me about your race specifically, because I mean, this is your big distance runner, like 100 miles, 100 Ks. That's your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I used it as a lead up to Barkley, so it was a long run.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I thought I was going to run easy the first half and then feel strong and hammer it home at the end. And I got started and I just felt flat and tired and exhausted, and I couldn't run really. I ran maybe the first 12, 15 miles at an okay pace, but my legs were tired, my breathing was labored, and I couldn't get into a rhythm. And it just like went downhill from there. So by the 50K mark, I was falling way off pace. I was spending lots of time at aid stations, and eventually I just laid down, like took a nap. And I woke up, I think like an hour and a half later. I wasn't expecting to be down that long, but my body just needed it, I guess.
Yeah.
So I just kind of jettisoned my race plan. And
do you think like kind of the travel time had some kind of effect? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it was. I think the jet lag thing, like I hate to, so stereotypical it seems like, and I hate to give excuses. Like that's not what I really like to do, but I think that had part of something to do with it. Maybe just generally being tired. And then I don't know that I ate enough in the couple days I was there. You know, it was harder to find vegetarian food in large quantities. Like I would go out to have a meal and all I could order is like rice and vegetables. So I just got that. I got an extra bowl of rice, but I just don't think it was enough calories. So I woke up hungry race morning. I don't think that's a great sign.
At the aid station, were you able to find plenty of things for you as vegan?
Yeah, they had fruit obviously, and they actually had rice balls, like just rolled up sticky rice, and so I would just dip that in salt, and it was really filling, but again, it didn't satiate me really.
Yeah.
But I started eating a lot of it after the third aid station because I realized I was behind.
Okay, so you took a little nap, and but I mean, you finished the race. So what are the things that you're going to take away from that race to help you for Barkley going forward?
Well, kind of midway through, I just flipped the switch and I was like, I'm just going to enjoy myself out here. I ended up taking another nap. And so I just spent time, went into the aid stations, and just soaked it all up. Like there's a party one. There's people like, just like having a good time. There's like bonfires. I sit by the bonfire for a while, drink soup, eat crackers. And I just told myself, number one, okay, just slow it down and take it easy here at the end because you'll probably recover faster if you don't push it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But also I just chalked it up to a lot of time on my feet. I was out there over 20 hours in total. So it's a good amount of time to just be out there moving along, no matter what speed. I think it's good.
Yeah, just be up on your feet. And then are there any plans to kind of train yourself for like the sleep deprivation aspect of Barkley?
I've done a lot of that before, so I think mostly it's just going to try and get more consistent sleep.
Yeah.
Be the goal. And
then tell me about your award.
Oh yeah, this is so they don't have buckles or medals out there, but they have the dudes. These are basically little trophies. And I don't know, it's kind of funny. Like I don't know if I'd be stoked to get like a little runner guy trophy at any race. Like you feel like you're back in like elementary school, like soccer league or something. But when they call them the dudes, it's kind of cool. It's like reminds me of that movie, Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
So if you get it under 16 hours, you get a gold dude, and then
gold dude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Under 20 hours is the silver dude, and then I ended up with the bronze dude. That's under 24 hours.
It's pretty substantial. I like it.
Yeah.
Dude. Good job, dude.
The dudes. So, yep. So yeah, that's the Hong Kong 100K.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. They had some other top Americans out there. Sage Candidate got third place. Tim Tollefson, I believe, was 6th.
You guys all went for a group run?
A lot of us stayed in the same hotel, so we were like having dinners and doing some runs together. There was like a group run with one of the local stores, so they all got out there.
Now, are Sage and Tim, are they going to complete like a majority of the Ultra Trail World Series?
I know that they're going to be doing UTMB or CCC.
Okay.
And that's in Ultra Trail World Tour, so they'll be getting more points there. I'm not sure if they have other plans to do other ones.
So what other one are you doing within the tour then?
I'm going to be doing TDS, and that's one of the sister races of UTMB of that week. I was hoping to get, I don't know, I still might get out to another one. I'm just not sure yet. We'll probably be at Western States just supporting Ultra Trail World Tour and some other rolls out there.
And you were out filming for the Hong Kong 100K, so
I carried a camera with me, and maybe so.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, we'll be posting that hopefully this week.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Race footage.
Moving on. So this week I've come up with another TrailTube. I'm combining 2 challenges that I found on YouTube. One is the speed drawing challenge, where contestants will pick something to draw, but they have to do it within a minute. They got really creative, and some of these drawings were really elaborate. But I thought minute was like, it's not really speed drawing, so I'm combining it with also the 7-second challenge, where you have 7 seconds to complete a task. So Jam and I are going to have 7 seconds to draw whatever comes into my brain at the moment. It's going to be Aravaipa-esque, like whatever. And we have literally 7 seconds to speed draw these things. We've got all our drawing
I don't
pencils.
know if 2 is going to like be
I've
better
got 2
or
greens.
not.
I don't either. Okay.
Options.
But these are things that we know. So it should be in your brain. Are you ready? We're preparing. We're going to draw the Aravaipa logo in 7 seconds. Ready?
Set, go. I forget what side the cactus is on. Stop. Yours is way closer than mine.
I mean, it's going to take me 7 seconds to like actually write Aravaipa running, so we're going to show. Yeah, we have to show what we did.
Mine's so bad. I did an A and then just scribble, and an R and scribble. Are we doing another one?
We're doing another one, yeah. You want to switch it up a little bit?
I'll just go to pink.
Okay. I'm going to go to orange. Okay. I'm in it. I'm ready. Okay, I got this. Ready? You ready? Oh, God. Draw a javelina. Ready?
Go. What the? Stop. That was bonus. Oh my God, yours looks so good again.
I don't really know, actually. Like, I got the spiry, like the wiry.
The shape is good on
hair.
yours.
The tusks I missed.
That's all I got was the tusks.
Okay. Whew. Ready? One more. You got this.
I gotta do a new color.
Okay, I want the pink one.
I'm just going with 1 this time. That was holding me back too.
Okay. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm excited about it. We're gonna go all the way. Coldwater Rumble. Draw the bolt. You can't look. Don't look. Ready?
Go. Stop. Looks like a rhinoceros.
I mean, I want
What kind of horns are those? Like floppy?
I don't know. Yeah.
Nice.
He's a little chubby guy.
But I got the horns.
You got the horns. All right. So that is the 7-second challenge combined with the speed drawing challenge. If you guys want to try this challenge at home, I highly encourage it.
Make a video.
Please make a video,
to Happy Jubilee.
or even just do it and like send me the drawings and send it to Happy Jubilee or at Jamil Curry on Twitter. All right, guys.
What else? Should we just go do Q&A for a little bit?
I think we've got Q&A coming up.
We're doing Q&A, and
Yeah.
then we have group run tonight. We got a lot going on, so sorry for our being a little bit shorter this week. Oh,
For
pull
all
us in.
kinds
For
of
all of you guys
fun
viewing in
things.
live, we're taking your questions right now. Any questions you guys have about Ultra Trail World Tour or Hong Kong or Aravaipa, let us know. We'll see if we have any. It looks like we might have a couple. Darn shame I've got to miss this live, but I've got to go. Chemistry lecture. I'll watch this on the YouTubes. Trails with Few. Okay. Going to be at Javelina, ready to party.
Yes.
What is Tim Tollefson's schedule? Okay, so I was rooming with Tim over in Hong Kong. Let's see if I can remember in my mind. So he obviously just did Hong Kong, and that was his first ultra back from doing UTMB last summer when he got third place. So pretty cool. He is going to do probably a local 50K coming up this spring, and he's going to do the Canyons 50K, I believe, which is on the Western States course. And then he's doing Transvolcania.
Cool.
And then he's either going to get into hard rock. He's like second on the wait list right now. Or he will do UTMB, which he's currently registered for. So I think that's Tim's schedule for the year. So, hey guys that just joined us, we're doing a live Q&A, Aravaipa running related. So any questions you have for Jubes here or myself, feel free to ask. And we're recording it for our YouTube show.
Trail Talk.
I was about to say TrailTube, but
Not
it's
TrailTube.
Trail Talk.
Trail Talk.
Have you ran in other parts of Asia, and can you give us a little bit of your Chinese?
Ooh.
The Silent Assassin.
Did you speak a little Chinese?
Ni hao, I think, is a Chinese word.
For what? Hello? Yes.
I believe so. But I have not been to any other parts of like that part of Asia. I've been to India once before, up into the Indian Himalayas. So thanks for your question. Feel free to ask us any questions about Aravaipa running, about trail running, about the beanie she's got on her head.
Oh yeah, this is the new beanie that we have for Coldwater Rumble. I mean, come on to the race and get one of these guys.
Do you know how many people are attempting the JJ Coldwater Double,
Ooh.
Sonoran Desert 200? Do we have a list of that?
Yeah, we do. We have probably a couple dozen people out there doing it.
There's about 61 registered for the 100 mile, I believe.
Yep.
So.
And I think just under half of those people are did the Javelina 100, are going out for the double. Yeah. Just super cool.
We'll be out there rooting them on.
For sure.
This is from Anthony Tajewski. What are the most important stretches do you recommend? Do you stretch?
I do.
What do you recommend?
I mean, I always stretch my hamstrings. They're always tight after a run. And then I also have issues with like my heel and plantar fasciitis and Achilles, so I'm always really good about stretching my calves. But yeah, it's mostly my hamstrings because they're always tight after climbing.
I don't stretch. I'm terrible
Never?
at that. I don't, but right now my coach just prescribed me to do a stretch because my hip has been really hurting a lot.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called already, but I need to remember it so I can look it back up. But it has something to do with like lying on your side and it's like with your knee bent and you like just lift it up, almost like a butterfly or something.
Like a clamshell?
Clams, yeah.
Clams.
Clams, that's
yeah,
it.
clams
So I got to
are
do
great.
clams.
Ooh.
I'm going to be doing that. I haven't done them yet. Cool. More questions. Thank you guys. So from Kinnaminimia, which race in the series are you most excited about? I'm assuming you're talking about Ultra Trail World Tour Series. Wow. There's so many good ones. I mean, I'm always excited about the UTMB series of races. There's just so much.
That seems really exciting.
It's hard to
Like the vibe of
describe,
it,
and it's so different than American ultra running, but I appreciate it for what it is. It's like the Super Bowl of ultras, and when you're there and when you run in it, it's
Like the energy.
and Chamonix is just an amazing place, and the energy, it's just, you feel like a big deal over there, and it's super fun. Thanks. So definitely excited about that. I don't know, there's one in the series that I most want to do, and that's Diagonal de Fou on Reunion Island. And it's in late October, and that one has like 2,700 people, and it's 100 miles, 30-some thousand feet of climbing across an island, and the island basically goes on vacation for the whole race, and like everyone's out cheering. It's the biggest thing on the island all year.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's unbelievable. Hey guys, great show. Once you've nailed the Barkley this year, what will be your next big challenge, Jamil? Love all your videos, really inspirational. That's from Matt Gilsp. Reunion Island, that one is definitely high on my list. I'd have to say that would be the next challenge. I don't know if it's like hard. It's not harder than Barkley, but it's inspiring.
Is there
to
a
me.
race out there that you think is as challenging or as hard?
I don't think so.
No?
There's been some copycat ones, but I don't think there's anything that's quite like the Barkley. I think that is the toughest. I think other things that I might get into beyond that, something locally, I would love to do the Whiskey Man Challenge, which is something we created here.
Nice.
Part of the Whiskey Basin Trail runs. You do 55-mile run, then like 2 weeks later, 50-mile mountain bike race, and then 2 weeks later, a tough dirt road marathon in Prescott, Arizona. Like that seems super cool to me, is doing something like that. I would also like to try one of these like multi-day mountain races in Europe where you're teamed up with like 2 or 3 other people and you're just setting off for like 200 miles through
Is it stage
the
race?
wilds.
Like
It's continuous.
Yeah.
And they just give you like a GPS and you just follow the GPS. There's no course markings. Sounds super cool.
That's
So there's
awesome.
one called
Yeah.
PTL, part of the UTMB series, and there's one called Euphoria, part of Andorra Ultra Trail. So both of those races would be really awesome.
Is it self-supported? Like you have to
There's
pack
like
everything on your back?
You have to. It's more self-supported than like 100-miler.
Yeah.
But there still are like I think refugios or refreshment points at places.
Super cool.
What is Jim Walmsley's schedule? As far as I know, he's doing Tarawera first, and then I think Gorge 100K. He's doing a small race in Spain, somewhere in the midst of all that, maybe in March. I know he's planning to earn his golden ticket for Western States and race that. And then I know he also was just announced he's on the UTMB start list. So
Very cool.
I'm assuming that's his schedule. Does Aravaipa plan to broaden in race directorship in New Mexico in the future? Jamil, have any shoe sponsors reached out to you? I think we will be working towards going regionally at some point. So probably, looking at the immediate states around us. So New Mexico would be a possibility. We don't have any current plans or inspirations of races we want to create there, but I'd say it's possible. Shoe brands. I actually do work with a shoe sponsor, and that'd be Solomon. They hooked me up and helped me out with my running, so thank you to Solomon. Definitely love your shoes a lot. Ever thought of running a 200-miler? That's from Run Far 100. I haven't really entertained that. I think currently there's just too many like 100-mile distances that I like. And anything longer than that, it more seems like a multi-day experience where you're kind of like sleeping and running and sleeping and running. And if I were to do something beyond the 100-mile distance, like I just said, that partner race where it's 200 miles long, that kind of appeals to me. But I would honestly probably move towards like running the Arizona Trail, some sort of long trail where it's not like a race, but I might race it for an FKT. So I think that kind of appeals to me more than like, say, I know there's a lot of these 200-mile races popping up, but I haven't personally had any desire to do them. So after Barkley, will you be getting into more orientation-based races? Circuit Breaker, thank you for your question. I don't really know of any other ones. I know there's like an orienteering circuit out there. I just am not well connected to that community and don't know about the races. So maybe. I don't know. No plans at this point. Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in.
We'll be back next week. Please make sure to follow us, Happy Jubilee and at Jamil Curry on Twitter. And we'll put these out every single week.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.